of Revival Today Church. We know some of you are moving, we know some of you are interested in moving, and we want you to know we put a special package together just for you. What I want you to do is go to revivaltoday.com/moving. Fill out that form, and then once we get that form, we'll send you a special package that's full of resources to help you get to know Pittsburgh. We're so excited. We know you are so excited, and we can't wait to see you at Revival Today Church.
Are on the broad road that leads to destruction. And tonight, I would say with Moses, I would say with Joshua, turn, repent, choose God, serve Him, live for Him. That is the message of God tonight to this great audience of people at Yankee Stadium.
I see revival coming to planet Earth. Maybe as never before. It would be untold numbers, an untold, uncounted multitudes that will be saved. The dead will be raised. The arthritic will be healed. Cancer will be healed. No disease would be able to stand before God's people, and that it would be a worldwide situation.
There's a church that doesn't just know about God, they know God. They don't just believe in His power, they carry His power. God will shake the United States of America one last time, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Adalis and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a masks and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
He said, his body flooding with estrogen.
How's it going? Welcome to Check the Market. Mike, Ninja, Lyric, Joshua, Sandra, Christophoros with his Kawaii coffee, coconut caramel crunch, I believe it was. How's everybody doing? Yesterday, it was a good day in the markets yesterday. Today, futures are down a little bit, but not too bad. Joshua's watch list: Netflix, CCXI, MDB, Palantir. Yes, Palantir. It's good that that's in there. Sean Edwards, hello there to you too. Julia from sunny Florida. It's sunny here too, but it's a little cold for some reason. I don't know what's happening. Ricky Self from Spring, Texas. Welcome to Check the Market. Make sure you share the broadcast with everybody. Good morning. China crashes, now they want to shut down crypto. Yes, they've been trying to shut down crypto forever. I don't know why everybody's still like panic selling whenever China says something, because this is what, like the third time they've said this in however many days, however many months. It's like once a month they're like, we're shutting down crypto, and then crypto goes down, and they've already shut down crypto. That is true. It could be the fall. Good morning, Charles. XRP back down to 90 cents. I was happy to see my portfolio, XRP portfolio, recovering yesterday, and now it's back down to 90 cents. Well, that was the most intense market open that I've ever experienced in my life. Dow Jones down 100 points, S&P 500 down 18 points, NASDAQ down 93 points. Exactly. Good morning, David. Sold Airbnb. Inez, good morning. I'm dizzy now. Me too. Ian, good morning. The markets are good. Just down slightly. Everybody's panic selling. That took Mike back to his pre-saved acid days. All right, let's get into it this morning. Let's take a look at cryptos here real quick. I know they're all way down because of China. China. I don't know why everybody's freaking out. In June, they said that we're shutting down crypto. Now they're saying all crypto activities are illegal, but they have been illegal. Come on. What's going on here? Gotta use my phone. Bitcoin 41. Ether 28. Stellar Lumens 27 cents. XRP 90 cents. Let's see some of the other ones. Bitcoin Cash 495. Cardano 216. Some buying opportunity here for sure. Dogecoin down to 20 cents. Man. Still way up though from here. Good morning, Stock Market Samurai, Rosie, Scott. All right, let's get into it today. China versus crypto. Who will win? Definitely crypto. But we'll find out. Let's see the first article. China's central bank says all cryptocurrency-related activities are illegal and vows harsh crackdown. I don't know how it could get any harsher than what they've already been doing. Chasing people over their borders into other countries and whatnot. Let's see the article. China's central bank renewed its tough talk on Bitcoin Friday, calling all digital... China. Thank you, gentlemen. China central bank renewed its tough talk on Bitcoin Friday, calling all digital currency activities illegal and vowing to crack down on the market. You can just crack down on the market in China. What are they going to do outside of China? In a Q&A posted to its website, the People's Bank of China said services offering trading, order matching, token issuance, and derivatives for virtual currencies are strictly prohibited. Overseas crypto exchanges providing services in mainland China are also illegal. Overseas virtual currency exchanges that use the internet to offer services to domestic residents is also considered illegal financial activity. The PBOC said, according to a CNBC translation of the comments, workers of foreign crypto exchanges will be investigated. The PBOC said that it also improved its systems to step up monitoring of crypto-related transactions and root out speculative investing. Financial institutions and non-bank payment institutions cannot offer services to activities and operations related to virtual currencies, the bank said, reiterating past comments. Interesting. Continue. The price of Bitcoin sank over 3%, last trading at around actually 41,000 now. According to Coinmetrics, Ethereum is also, it's still at 2,800. Stocks with heavy exposure to crypto also slumped in pre-market, with Coinbase down nearly 4%, MicroStrategy slipping 5%, and Riot down over 6%, which is not good, because I'm in Riot. It's not the first time China has gotten tough on cryptocurrencies. Earlier this year, Beijing announced a crackdown on crypto mining, the energy-intensive process that verifies transactions. I love how they always have to slip that in, the energy-intensive process that verifies transactions and mints new units of currency, that led to a sharp slump in Bitcoin's processing power as multiple miners took their equipment offline. Continue. Investigated and assassinated is basically the Simon China. That is true. Biden's IRS bank account.
I will never acknowledge Joe Biden as the president of the United States.
That's right. Biden's IRS bank account snooping plan faces mounting opposition. Biden's plan would give the IRS an enormous amount of new information to manage. So this is all about, I don't know if you've heard about this, but one of the plans that they have is to monitor everybody's bank account that has over $600 in it. So that's basically the majority of the U.S. Banks are pushing back against the proposal from the Biden administration that could force them to turn over customers' account information to the Internal Revenue Service. Under the plan, banks and other financial institutions would be required to annually report customers' accounts inflows and outflows of $600 or more to the IRS. The White House has estimated the policy, which would apply to bank loan and investment accounts, could generate about $463 billion in additional revenue over the next decade. The measure, if Congress approves, is to fund Biden's sweeping $3.5 trillion family and climate change plan. I don't know how $463 billion does not equal $3.5 trillion. It would give the IRS an enormous amount of new information that it would have to learn how to manage and use. Banks say the plan would increase compliance costs and add to the already existing burden the industry faces in turning over information to the government. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Continue. In a letter addressed to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, more than 40 banks urged lawmakers to vote against such a proposal, warning it could create a tremendous liability for all involved, requiring the collection of financial information for the majority of Americans without proper explanation of how the IRS will store, protect, and use this enormous trove of personal financial information. Not even to mention the privacy concerns. The IRS doesn't need to know everything that's in my account. This proposal would create significant operational and reputational challenges for financial institutions, increase tax preparation costs for individuals and small businesses, and create serious financial privacy concerns. We urge members to oppose any efforts to advance this ill-advised new reporting regime. Banks already report millions of transactions a day to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network for any transaction that exceeds 10,000, part of banks' anti-money laundering requirements. So, I mean, this is just crazy. This is insane. So what would happen is, if your grandma gives you, $50, well, I guess it would be $600. So if your grandma gives you $600 for your birthday, they would make sure that you have to pay income tax on that. That's basically what this is. That's how they're going to collect the $463 billion. Every transaction over $600, your brother, I don't know, feels like it, gives you $600 in cash or more, and you deposit it. That now has to be reported, and you're going to have to pay tax on that. And that's how they're going to collect their money. So when they said there's not going to be any tax on people making under $400,000, that's a lie. This is what they're planning on doing. I don't think it's going to go through, though, because this is going to be a huge cost on the banks, not to mention the privacy concerns that people have with this. And this might, if they push this through, this might push more people into cryptocurrency. Continue. Yes, absolutely. The Senate, Congress, and White House will be exempt from this. Elon Musk says the chip shortage is a short-term problem. So Elon Musk, he thinks that there won't be a long-term issue like everybody else is saying, that this is going to reach into possibly 2024. He thinks it's a short-term problem. It'll be over next year. Even if he has to make the chips himself in his basement. Continue. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said Friday that the ongoing semiconductor crisis will be over by next year. The tech billionaire said he thinks chip shortage is a short-term problem as opposed to a long-term one. Continue. There's a lot of chip fabrication plants that are being built, and I think we'll have good capacity by next year, Musk said in an Italian tech event that was streamed online Friday. Musk did not specify which chip plants he was referring to. Chip heavyweights Intel and TSMC have announced plans to build new plants in the U.S., but they won't come online for several years. Glenn O'Donnell, Vice President, Research Director at advisory firm Forrester, believes the shortage could last until 2023. Because demand will remain high and supply will remain constrained, we expect the shortage to last through 22 and into 23, he wrote in a blog post. The global chip shortage has had a major impact on a wide range of industries, but the automotive sector has been particularly badly hit. Big names in the industry such as Ford, Volkswagen, and Daimler have all been forced to suspend production at various points and cut their manufacturing targets as a result of lack of chips. Continue. During the company's first quarter earnings, Musk said that Tesla had some supply chain issues before going on to reference this chip shortage. Of course, everyone had hoped that the chip crisis would have abated more by now, but unfortunate events such as the COVID-19 lockdowns in Malaysia and continued problems elsewhere have exacerbated things, said Mark Wakefield. Continue. Car makers use semiconductors in everything from power steering and brake sensors to entertainment systems and parking cameras. The smarter cars get, the more chips they use. Musk said in July that the production of Tesla's Powerwall product, a backup battery for the home, was lagging as a result of the chip shortage. So there's still a huge chip shortage. This has been going on since the beginning of the year. But Musk thinks that it'll be over soon. So that's good. Chips were manufactured mainly overseas, but they are building plants here in the US now. TSMC is building a plant in Arizona near Phoenix where they're going to be producing chips. So they're going to be producing more in the US, which is good because it's a critical, what do they call it? It's for like, it's basically critical infrastructure. In other words, yeah. Even if he has to buy Afghanistan to mine raw materials. Continue. China's new crypto ban is 10 days old, but panic sellers sent Bitcoin to 4,900. And new is in quotation marks, because it's not new. Continue. The People's Bank of China reiterated its anti-crypto stance on Friday. Fresh notice declaring all cryptocurrency-related activities illegal. Bitcoin shed 3,000 from its price within a span of 2 hours. Yet, according to reports from several Chinese residents, the PBOC notice itself was originally issued on September 15th and was only posted online earlier Friday. The notice itself was a reiteration of the Chinese authorities' previous stance on cryptocurrencies, with only a few new takeaways. Continue. There's a shortage of toilet plungers. What the heck is going on? How is it that before this whole thing broke out in 2019, there was plenty of ships to bring things over from China, and now there's not enough for some reason? Crazy. No, absolutely they would not let us have control of their infrastructure. One of those takeaways is that even overseas crypto exchanges are now subject to scrutiny if they facilitate trading activities in mainland China in any way.
Ah, yes, hello, Chris. We are Chinese people.
These exchanges would not be exempt from the legal status in the country. As noted by Chinese journalist Colin Wu, the most severely impacted tokens are those belonging to major crypto exchanges used primarily by Chinese residents. The notice also named stablecoin Tether in addition to Bitcoin and Ethereum as an illegal crypto asset. Continue. At the time of writing, market-wide fear was still imminent as cryptocurrencies continued to sell off. So we've got a bunch of 5 to 10%. Continue. Apple faces off with Europe excuse me, Europe regulators over phone chargers. The EU is proposing a single phone charger technology that would effectively ban the iPhone maker's Lightning port. Uh-oh. Continue. Andrew says has to do with containers. They're getting stuck at the ports for COVID-19 prevention policies. That is true. They have been doing stuff like that. I went not too long ago. I dropped my car off for a service at the dealership. And so I was talking to one of the salespeople there. And they were telling me that the vehicles are stuck on a ship off the port of Baltimore for 2 weeks so that the vehicles can quarantine in case there's any COVID on them from the factories in Europe. So the vehicles had to quarantine for 2 weeks before they could bring them in. And that's one reason why Mercedes brought out a new S-Class model this year. And that's one of the reasons why there's such a shortage of them. So, because they're quarantining. Not enough workers to unload. Yeah, that is true. Give me a COVID contaminated Mercedes. Oh man. Continue. The European Union proposed a block-wide common charging standard for smartphones and other electronic devices, a move that, if adopted, would effectively bar the use of Apple Inc.'s unique Lightning charging port now, used for all of its new smartphones. The proposals calls for all electronic sold in the EU to use the same type of charging port. Man, the EU, they've run out of things to make laws about, so this is what they're making laws about now. If I was them, I would just relax. I mean, Europe is so over-legislated that it's just, get elected to parliament and just chill till your term is over and then become a lobbyist or something. Instead of making up stupid laws like this. Who cares? Some Apple Mac computers have USB-C chargers, but its iPhones don't. They would also have to be redesigned to comply with the proposed regulations. Insane. Legislation mandating the change would need to be hammered out and approved by the EU's Parliament and member states, a process that could take months. Once greenlighted in Brussels, the legislation would direct the EU's 27 member states to draft binding legislation to effect the change. The proposal announced Thursday also builds in time for manufacturers to adopt the changes, meaning it could be 2024 at the earliest before the new rules take effect. So crazy. Ricky, I think honestly that the salesperson probably misspoke. And it probably more has to do with like the people on the ship having to quarantine than the vehicles itself. That's what makes more sense to me, because you can just take the cars off the ship and then run that like fumigation stuff through there to kill all the whatever's in the vehicles. Continue. Apple said it opposes the proposal, saying such a mandate would stifle innovation. Absolutely. The proposal comes at a time when Brussels has targeted Apple and other Silicon Valley giants over a host of regulatory, tax, and oversight rules. Separate legislation proposed late last year by the European Commission Executive Vice President Margrethe Vestager targets alleged anti-competitive behavior by large tech companies and could impose new obligations for moderating content on big companies, backed by huge fines. Another EU proposal, well, the EU has to make money somehow. Another EU proposal would add new rules about the handling of corporate and government data in the bloc. This week's proposal opens up a new front for the EU in consumer hardware after more than a decade of trying to push manufacturers to standardize chargers on their own through voluntary commitments. Ms. Vestager said the proposal comes amid consumer frustration about incompatible chargers for smartphones and mobile devices. Who is frustrated about this? If you have an Apple phone, you know that you need a Lightning charger. And most of them you can charge wirelessly now anyway. It doesn't matter if you have LG, Samsung, whatever. We've had hundreds of containers on 46 ships sitting in the ocean at the port of LA and Long Beach for the past 30 days. There are people to unload it, but there are not enough trucks to pick it up. My goodness. Crazy. Yeah, shortage of garbage men, shortage of bus drivers, shortage of truck drivers. Did I send you the email? Oh, not email. The article about Gary Cohn, how he said that the government should force people into the workforce? I didn't? Okay. So Gary Cohn, he was a White House advisor to President Trump. he said that it's time for, because there's 11 million job openings in the US and 8.4 million unemployed people in the US. So they should force people into the labor force instead of incentivizing them sitting at home. Continue. DOT. That's crazy. The truck drivers aren't going to do that. They'll just sit at home. U.S. Commerce Chief, aggressive action on chip shortage needed.
Look, if I put that in my Cosmo fashion app, you probably get a D-. I'm gonna punch you in the ovary. That's what I'm gonna do. A straight shot.
Ooh, ow.
Right to the...
Our country's being run by a bunch of...
Gina Raimondo, U.S. Commerce Secretary. Continue. U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo said on Thursday it's time to get aggressive in addressing the worsening semiconductor chip shortage that has caused automakers and others to cut production and impacted thousands of U.S. workers. It's time to get more aggressive. The situation is not getting better. In some way, it's getting worse. She said a voluntary request for information issued on chips to industry this week will give us more information about the supply chain and the goal to increase transparency so we can try to identify where the bottlenecks are and then predict challenges. She warned if companies did not answer the voluntary request, then we have other tools in our toolbox that require them to give us this data. I hope we don't get there, but if we have to, we will. Intel and TSMC, their CEOs will be grounded by Gina Raimondo. I don't know what else she would do. It's crazy how they just think they're like our parents. Relax. The White House was hosting a pair of virtual meetings on semiconductors on Thursday. Continue. Automakers from General Motors to Toyota Motor Corp have slashed output and sales forecasts due to scarce chip supplies, made worse by a COVID-19 resurgence in key Asian semiconductor production hubs. Realistically, there's no quick and easy fix. We're going to be dealing with this well into next year. In June, the Senate voted to approve $52 billion to boost U.S. semiconductor production. I'm glad that they're bringing this back to the U.S. because there's no reason why critical infrastructure like chips that you need for anything from missile technology, you need it for tanks, you need it for anything that has to do with technology in the military, satellites. I don't understand why that stuff was manufactured overseas instead of here in the U.S. Fundamentally, the solution is that we need to make more chips, and we need to make more chips in America. Which is why the House can't pass the CHIPS Act fast enough, as far as I'm concerned. We need the money, we need to make more chips. Elon equals problem solver? Yes, and the government problem causer. Give Elon the $52 billion. I'm sure he could do something with it. He could create some chips.
It's that simple!
That is crazy. Ricky said, my in-laws are farmers in South Texas and crops have sat in the field unpicked, and even when picked cannot get to market because truck drivers are getting paid more to sit at home than go to work. Man. Elon's gonna have to get on that self-driving technology. Get those trucks going. Continue. Fed Chair Powell updates progress of digital dollar, says, I don't think we are behind on CBDC.
He said, his body flooding with estrogen.
Continue.
Hi there, non-binary dad.
The sound of your hitting the urinal? It sounds feminine. Mm-hmm.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has shared the progress of the Fed's work on the CBDC, the digital dollar. The U.S. Federal Reserve has not made a decision whether to launch a digital dollar. Fed Chair Jerome Powell revealed he was asked for an update on the Fed's work on the central bank digital currency. We think it's really important that the central bank maintains a stable currency and payment system for the public benefit. That's one of our jobs. Yes, it would be nice if we had a stable currency. We also live in a time of transformational innovation around digital payments and need to make sure that the Fed is able to continue to deliver to the public a stable and trustworthy currency and payment system. Yes, that would be nice. Without inflation. That would be great if you could do that. Continue. There's extensive private innovation, a lot of which is taking place outside the regulatory perimeter. Innovation is fantastic. Our economy runs on innovation, but where the public's money is concerned, we need to make sure that the appropriate regulatory protections are in place. But the public's money is concerned. Okay. It's my money. It's not your money. And today they are really not in some cases. If I want to invest in SafeMoon, I'll invest in SafeMoon. And Jerome Powell is not going to tell me that I'm not allowed to invest in SafeMoon because it's not safe. I won't because I don't want to lose all my money like Stephanie did. But so with that in mind, with the creation of a myriad private currencies and currency-like products, we are working proactively to evaluate whether to issue a CBDC, and if so, in what form. We do intend to publish a discussion paper soon. Good. I'm glad they're doing that. Next article. Jim Cramer begs crypto investors to take profits, says, I don't want you to lose money. What about all the money that I lost when I invested in BlackBerry way back in 2010, Mr. Jim Cramer? You told me. Just saying. Continue. It was like $200. I went to college, but still. The host of CNBC's Mad Money show, Jim Cramer, said Monday that cryptocurrency investors should take profits on their crypto holdings if they have any gains in their portfolios. A former hedge fund manager, Cramer co-founded The Street, financial news and literacy website. I know the crypto lovers never want to hear me say sell, but if you got a big gain, as I did, well, I'm begging you to. Don't let it become a loss. Sell some, stay long the rest. Then let's wait and see if China changes its attitudes towards an Evergrande bailout. I see. Because of Tether. Continue. Cramer warned that the struggles of Evergrande, a major property developer in China, are likely to keep weighing on crypto markets. Evergrande also operates in other industries such as healthcare services and electric vehicles, although they've never manufactured an electric vehicle. The company has more than $300 billion in debts. Mad Money host explained that his crypto concerns right now start with Tether. The problem with Tether is that it's backed by various holdings, and roughly half of those are commercial paper, short-term loans, and much of that is believed to be, we don't know, Chinese commercial paper. Tether said they have no Evergrande exposure, but tons of Chinese businesses stand to get crushed by this fiasco, and they have Evergrande exposure, and that could spell real trouble if the dominoes fall here. If Tether collapsed, well, then it's going to gut the whole crypto ecosystem. So if you own crypto in any form and you've got big gains, I recommend taking something off the table. Interesting. Continue. That's right, bring back America. Charles got...
And I'm proud to be an American where it...
Charles got coerced in by Dave Portnoy. Is that how you got coerced into, Steph? You were? Before Dave Portnoy got on board? Wow. He did. Yes. I wonder if he still has his SafeMoon, or if he got paid in US dollars to push SafeMoon and never actually got SafeMoon. Everybody in his office bought in? No, in Dave Portnoy's office, she's saying. That's probably why he tweeted that everybody's going to be working from home until 2024. I'm just kidding. He didn't actually tweet that. Continue. Oh, in August, you already did continue. Go back. Sorry about that. I didn't see that you already went to the next slide. Right now, owning crypto is what's known as a crowded trade, and I don't want you to lose money if this space keeps getting hit by Evergrande's contagion worries. In August, Kramer recommended that investors should put up to 5% of their portfolios in cryptocurrency. In June, he revealed that he had sold his bitcoins and bought Ethereum, citing that it's more of a currency. Continue. We got some Ripple news today. What's going on back there? Bhutan advances financial inclusion and sustainability with Ripple's CBDC solution. So that's good news for Ripple and XRP. Let's see the article. Today, we are proud to announce our partnership with Bhutan's central bank, the Royal Monetary Authority, who will use Ripple's CBDC solution to pilot a central bank digital currency in phases. This move is driven by the nation's desire to enhance digital and cross-border payments, expand financial inclusion efforts, and extend its commitment to sustainability as the only carbon-negative country in the world. Carbon negative? My goodness. Over the past few years, the RMA has established itself as a leader in financial innovation, building atop the country's payment infrastructure and capabilities. This new initiative will tap our CBDC solution to support seamless retail, cross-border, and wholesale payments. Use case for a digital... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The RMA believes that easier, faster, and more affordable payments, both domestically and internationally, will help it reach its goal of increasing financial inclusion by 85% by 2023. The power of the technology of underlying the XRP ledger, combined with Ripple's experience in cross-border payments and tokenization, will harness tremendous speed, cost, and innovation advantages in support of this mission. So Ripple, the company that owns XRP, is working with Bhutan's central bank to create a central bank digital currency, which is great news for Ripple and everybody who's in XRP. Where's XRP right now? Let's take a quick look. Is it still at 90 cents? 92 cents. Not too bad. All right, let's get into the stocks for today. Stocks to research over this weekend. Don't have a low risk one for today. Everything is pretty high risk. Bhutan is in Asia. I believe it's in the Himalayas. So it borders like the Tibet region of China. It's like right between China
yes, I'm Chris.
and
We
India.
are Chinese people.
Medium risk, ASML. ASML. ASML Holding NV. That is medium risk for today. Based in the Netherlands, the world's second largest supplier of semiconductor manufacturing equipment. Great earnings beats recently, but the stock is fairly highly priced, although it is looking like they're still expanding and selling more equipment than they ever have. Consistent revenue growth, even throughout last year. They're sitting on a healthy amount of cash. Overall, this is a pretty good company. Should have no problems repaying its debts. If I bought this company today around $866 a share, I would hold this company for the long term, probably continue to invest if I have money to allocate to it, when I have money to allocate to it. I don't think that chip manufacturing is going anywhere, and this company is at the technological forefront of the industry. So they're working on creating ever better technologies for chip manufacturing. ASML sells the equipment, the machines that manufacture chips. So that's a company you can take a look at. ASML Holding NV. It's a company based in the Netherlands. Then I have one more, medium to high. It is pretty high. It's trading at $866 a share. They should do a stock split to bring down the price a little bit, but I still think that this company could, because it's continuing to expand. It's going to sell 57, they think 57 of their machines this year. And then it's going to increase on that next year as well with all the countries that want to do their own chip manufacturing. The next one is a medium to high risk, so it's in that range. Panasonic Corporation, PCRFY, Panasonic Corp. This is a Japan-based electronics company. I just added it to my watch list to do more research for potential long-term buy, since it is getting heavily into battery manufacturing and it's already an established company. It's been around for a long time. It's a great electronics company. PCRFY. Fundamentals are not the best in the world, but they are okay. It is trading at slightly over book value and has more room to grow. If it gets more contracts with Toyota, Nissan, whatever else. HNOgreenfuels.com is a new green company getting ready to hit the market. I'll check it out. So Panasonic, this could also be a long-term hold. They're innovating batteries to go away from mined materials like lithium and more towards other materials that they can use to make it more climate-friendly and more durable. So they want to make, they want to create batteries that have a 1.2 million mile range for electric vehicles, which would be great. So this could be a good long-term hold. It is an ADR stock, an American Depository Receipt, so it might not be traded on every platform. You might not be able to see it on Cash App or Robinhood, but you can definitely get it on TD Ameritrade, Schwab, E-Trade. What else do we have? Fidelity, one of those bigger platforms, interactive brokers. So PCRFY, Panasonic, and ASML Holding. Those are two that I added to my watch list. And then I took a look at NIOBF. That was mentioned the other day. I like the company. I am going to research them some more. They are based in the US, and they're working on mining rare earth minerals in the US, which is always great because then you don't have to rely on all the overseas rare earth minerals. Still working on valuation, what this company's future potential would be. I'm not going to buy into it right now until I do more research on the company. With mining companies, it's always a little you want to be careful. And that was it for today. ASML and Panasonic. And if you would like to partner with Revival Today and partner with our ministry, if you do so today for a donation of any size, we've got a new shirt for those of you who haven't seen it yet. It's our Buy the Dip shirt from Check the Market. There we have it. Buy the Dip. Got my Wall Street suspenders on it. So for your donation of any size, we'll send you that shirt today.
Oh, that's hot.
Special edition.
That's hot.
Limited edition. Buy the Dip shirt. And you can donate by going to revivaltoday.com and clicking on Give Now. You can do hashtag donate on Facebook. Text RT to 50155. $RT Give on Cash App and at RT Give on Venmo. Go to revivaltoday.com/PayPal. I know I do have to be careful saying that. We also take cryptocurrencies. You scan that QR code right there. We take a whole mess of different cryptocurrencies, and if there's some that you have that we don't, that we can't take through that platform, you can call us at 412-446-2332. You can send it by mail to Revival Today, P.O. Box 7 Prosperity 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer, revivaltoday.com/offer. And claim your offer, the Buy the Dip shirt. Mining has been successful. You just got to make sure. There's companies out there that say they're mining something and they're not really mining anything. It's just an exploration company. So when I was looking at it, I saw that they were exploring, and so I want to make sure that it's a company that is actually going to go into mining. Let me take a look. CYDVF. I'll take a look at it. CYDVF. Make sure you make it to the meetings tonight if you're anywhere in this region, or if you're not. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg First Assembly, 4100 North Progress Avenue, Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 10:30 and 6 p.m. So make sure you make it out for those meetings. They start tonight. And then tune in at 11 a.m. for our Revival Today live broadcast. At 4 p.m. live with Matty Ortiz. Check the news tonight at 10 p.m. And then I'll see you again Monday morning at 9:20 a.m. Let's see where the market's at before we close out. Oh, it's slightly positive now. Look at that. So where will the market end at the end of the day? All right, well, it's been fun hanging out. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you share the broadcast. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Let's check the market. And I will see you all on Monday. Go out there and make some money today.